Central Falls, Rhode Island, and then I moved to Pawtucket when I was a kid. And I grew up in Pawtucket. Then I went to LaSalle Academy in Providence. I graduated from LaSalle, joined the Marines, did the Marine Corps. Then I went to the University of Rhode Island. I studied political science at the University of Rhode Island. Served in the Gulf War while I was in college because of the reserves. Came back, graduated, married my college sweetheart. Went to law school at night up in Suffolk University in Boston, Massachusetts. Studied law. Graduated with a law degree. Worked for the Attorney General's office for about 6 years as a paralegal in their criminal division. This is all while I was studying at night. Then realized I didn't want to work in the law. Got the degree and all that stuff, and then decided that I wanted to work in sports, and I started looking for a career in sports. That's how I ended up here. It took a long time, but I'm sure you have other questions to ask me how I got here, so that's my background.
So, are you an avid baseball fan?
No. Man, I like baseball. I love the Boston Red Sox. Always loved the Boston Red Sox as a kid growing up. Like any kid, I loved all the players growing up. Came here to my first game in 1973. Went here when I was in high school and took my wife here for a day, but I'm not an avid fan. I wouldn't call myself an avid fan. I call myself a Red Sox fan, not a baseball fan. It's a big difference.
Yeah. So, do you think your prior work experience helped you to prepare for your current job?
Yeah, because I've got a good background in terms of after I left the Attorney General's office, I worked in fundraising for a long time, so I raised millions of dollars for United Way. So that trained me on how to be able to sell, you know what I mean, to people. My law degree allows me to do contracts, how to negotiate. And so I think the fact that I enjoy working in sports, I like the idea of sports. I was an athlete all through high school and all through, when I was a little kid. I played sports since I was little all the way through. And now I'm still a competitor. I run on a competitive basis, but I run a lot of road races. I compete against myself more than anything. So I think all those things, when you look at it, help me sell. I love to compete. I don't like to lose. I'm very good in terms of public speaking. I'm very good when it comes to negotiating and doing contracts. And I enjoy sports, and I like what sports can provide a company. So all those things help me.
So what would you say inspired you to take this job?
Well, I realized I didn't want to work in law anymore. And I wanted to figure out what it is that I liked. What is it, my passion? And so, while baseball is not my passion, sports is my passion, football is my passion. I play football. That's the sport that I love the most. That's something I can watch any football game and I'll enjoy it. And so what inspired me was I said, well, if I'm going to live my life, I only got one chance to live my life. I might as well do something I love every day. And so I had worked I'd been in the military, I'd worked in the legal capacity for the state, I'd worked in private industry, I'd worked for public and nonprofit. And so this was the epitome, I think, because I get to do great things in the community, like working with young people like you. I get to sell. I have unlimited income potential. I get to compete against myself in sales. I get to give companies an opportunity to showcase their brand. I think that's the perfect. So what inspired me was I got to find something that makes me happy every day. That when I wake up, I don't want to say, ugh, I don't want to go to work. And that's never happened to me. Since I've been here. I've been here 8 years full-time, 6 years part-time, so I'm very happy.
So as a general sales manager, what are some of your tasks or requirements?
I think that title just encompasses a small portion of what I do. Like, for example, what that means is I basically oversee the sales staff here in the business. So we have now a staff of about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 12 people that sell all the time. That's their job. And so all the billboards that you see back there, they need to get sold by somebody. All the season tickets, all the private suites, all the barbecues have to be sold by somebody. It just doesn't happen. People don't just call up. Some do, but we have to go and call them and explain to them the value that we offer them. And so I oversee those guys. That's just part of my job. I also oversee the internship program. I also oversee human resources, all the hiring, postings of jobs, what are we looking for, staffing. I oversee all the programs such as the one that we're doing here with you. We also do a similar program with Hendricken High School, so I oversee that as well. I train all the kids that come in here in terms of the internship program, all the responsibilities that they have to do. Then I also create projects. I do a lot of marketing. I create projects. So I create events like I created Christmas in July, Star Wars Day, car show, motorcycle show day here at the ballpark, football day, the Pawsox 5K. Those are all different events that my mind thought it. I told my boss, hey, this is what I think we should do, and then he said, go for it, and we created it. And those events have become very successful events. They've raised a lot of money for the company, so that's one part that I love. So I do a lot of different things.
So what's like a typical day at work?
There is no typical day. And that's what I like, because a typical day to me, I always think of a typical day as something like my mother and my father who worked in a factory, and it was the same thing every day. And how they did it, God bless them, because it's the same thing every day. And I couldn't do that. And I wanted a career where every day was different. And so every day is different. Today, I came in, I had a meeting with a client, I had another meeting this afternoon with some other folks who are looking to do some partnership with us. I made a bunch of sales calls, I'm meeting with you. So every day is different. So during the off season, from September until baseball season starts in April, every day is really different. When the baseball season starts, there are some things that are the same, but every game is different. So I'll give you a version of what I do during the day when the season starts. I come in at 9 in the morning and I leave at the end of the game, or whenever the game's over. So I come in at 9 and I leave at like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. I do sales, I do meetings with clients. Then when the game starts, that's kind of my responsibility is the same. I've got to make sure that the entrance of the stadium is running efficiently. I got to go meet all our season ticket holders and all our corporate sponsors, and say hi to them and introduce myself and meet them and thank them for coming out. I do tours for people that come in through the stadium to show them the behind the scenes of what goes on here. And then at the end of the night, I'm responsible for locking up certain areas of the stadium. So that's pretty simple, that part. It's all the work that goes behind it that's really different, and that's what I like about it.
So has working for the Pawsox changed you in any way?
Ooh. Changed me. As a Pawsox, working for the Pawsox changed me in any way. Yeah, I think so. I look at sports a lot differently on television. I don't pay attention so much to the action. Like when I go to a URI basketball game, or a Providence College high school basketball game, or a hockey game, or anything like that, or when I watch it on TV, I'm not paying attention so much to what's going on in the field. I'm paying attention to what type of promotions they're doing, who are their sponsors. So I think what it's done is it's made me realize what a lot of people don't understand, that sports is a business. It really is a business. And there's a good way to do it and there's a bad way to do it. And hopefully we're on the right track doing it the right way. So I think that's how it changed. It's made me more attuned to what goes on during a sporting event. Because as a fan, you just go and just watch the game. You don't realize sometimes all the work that goes to planning just 2-3 hours worth of entertainment. So that's how it's changed.
So what's your favorite part of the job? If you had one thing.
Ooh, if I had one thing, I have two things. Okay. Yeah, I have two things. One, I love being creative. That I can come up with an idea that I see somewhere else, or that I come up with in my mind, and I say, hey, maybe that'll work at our stadium. Let's see if we can try it. And they give me the authority to go ahead and create something. And then the other thing I like about it is unlimited income potential. I can earn as much as I want. As hard as I work, I get paid for working hard, as opposed to just doing a job where I get paid the same amount, and I can work a ton of hours and I still get paid the same amount. I like being paid for effort. That's the two things I like the most.
So how big of a role does the Pawsox play in the community?
Oh, huge, huge, huge. We have our own charitable foundation, but we also do a whole bunch of different things. I mean, we allow the state of Rhode Island to use our baseball field for the high school baseball championships. We do free clinics for kids. We do free clinics for children with disabilities. We do a whole bunch of different appearances with our mascot. We work very closely with Hasbro Children's Hospital. We work very closely with Meeting Street School and San Miguel School. We do a lot of things in terms of donations to charitable causes. We donate a lot to auctions to help them raise money. And then organizations can come to us, and through our ticket fundraising program, they can raise money themselves to help them, help their own organization. So we do a lot for the community. 30 some odd years of being really good corporate citizens is what we've been focused on.
So I did a little bit of research, and I learned a little bit about the just wondering if you can touch upon that.
Yeah, that's one of my babies. That's one of the other things that I created, the baseball education program. I recognized years ago that schools can't go to field trips anymore unless they're educational. That was something that I wasn't sure if I read it correctly, but I interpreted it as such. So funding was being cut because of No Child Left Behind for kids just to be able to come out to baseball games because it wasn't considered educational. So I partnered with Rhode Island College. I contacted some of my friends in the International League, and I got a curriculum that's baseball-centric. So it focuses on the math of baseball, the science of baseball, the social studies of baseball, the health education component of baseball. And we created a curriculum that is in tune with the Rhode Island Learning Guidelines, and it gives teachers an opportunity to use that in their classroom. I mean, I am not the greatest student, but I would have loved to have learned percentages or decimals utilizing baseball, because that would have made more sense to me. You know, like the Pythagorean theorem doesn't make sense to me unless you show me how I can use it in construction. Percentages sometimes don't make sense unless you can show me, you know, this person goes to bat X amount of times, gets a hit, this is his batting percentage, this is his batting average. That would make sense to me. And what we did was we created this curriculum that allows teachers to use it for free. It goes from kindergarten all the way through high school. And they can pick and choose whatever they want, math, science, and they can teach something that they already have to teach in baseball terms. So we have that. And then on 1 or 2 days a season, we have a day game here at the ballpark dedicated to education program. And we bring student teachers and faculty from Rhode Island College to actually teach the curriculum. So we get like maybe anywhere between 500 and 1,200 students based on the day. They come here. They start about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and we put them through various stations throughout the stadium. And they do reading, baseball math, baseball science, baseball social studies. They utilize the field. They do health that's related to baseball. And it gives the kids an opportunity to really appreciate all that goes on here. And then we give them a booklet that allows them to score the game. So that allows them to understand, you know, how to score a game now that you learn percentages and batting averages. How this person, he went 1 for 3 now, how does that affect his batting average? And things like that. And it's become very successful. We started off, I want to say 5, 6 years ago with maybe 100 kids. And now in one game, we have over 500. And last year, one game, we had 1,200 kids. It all depends on what time of year. That's my baby. I love that one.
Yeah, it really stood out to me.
Thank you.
So, what are some of the organization's goals for this season?
Well, I mean, every year we strive to be one of the best minor league baseball teams in the North American continent. That's one of our big overall goals. One of the things that we decided to do this year was we decided to theme nights. So most nights when you come here will have a particular theme to them. So for example, Monday nights will now be Dollar Menu Mondays. So you'll be able to come to the stadium, you'll be able to look at the concession menu, and there'll be certain items that are only $1. So you'll be able to come here, get a ticket for $8, and then go get something for a couple bucks to eat, and not leave here breaking a 20. You know, that's what we're looking to do. Give someone a really affordable way to come out here. Tuesday nights are going to be $10,000 Tuesdays, where people can come here and sign up to win, and one lucky fan will be picked out of the crowd to go on the field and do a certain activity that we're working on right now for a chance to win $10,000. And if you do what we ask you to do, you get it, you get $10,000. That's pretty cool. So we're going to theme that night. Friday nights are going to be Family 4-Pack Fridays. You get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 drinks, and 4 bags of chips for $44. Not a bad deal. You know, you come out here, you get that. Again, family can come out and enjoy a game here for $44, and everyone's fed. Mom and Dad don't have to worry about making anything. I know Friday people are tired, so that's going to be Friday nights. Sunday is going to be Run the Bases. We've been very successful with that. You come to McCoy Stadium on Sunday on a day game. After the game's done, everyone gets to go on the field and run the bases. So it's a lot of fun. So
yeah, that's one of my
we're doing that. Yeah, we're doing that, and then Wednesday and Thursday we're trying to figure out what we're going to do on Wednesdays and Thursdays. But that's what we're doing. So that's one of the big things this year is to theme every night at McCoy Stadium, and not just do it for this year, but to commit to the long term. And this is every night when you come to McCoy, you know this is what it's going to be. That's our goal.
All right, just last question. What are some of the things I'll be doing as a part of my internship?
Well, as part of your internship, you're going to be working with Eric Pedersen in the team store, and it would be basically anything that he needs done that day. If he needs you to stock shelves, if he needs you to price tag stuff, if he needs you to do an inventory, he might need you to come in one day and wear like your worst clothes and help you go upstairs and clean. It's one of those programs that we worked with Rocky Hill Reform. We worked with Edgerton, where the kids are basically, we utilize them as a labor force, give them an appreciation for our hard work, and get a little insight as to what we do here at the ballpark. That, you know, if you weren't here, we'd be doing it. Myself, I'd be going there, pulling tickets, doing whatever I got to do. And it just gives you a feeling that says, you know, if you like that, and that's like the lowest you could do here, you know, if you like that, then maybe there might be an opportunity if you want to work part-time here or something like that. If you do a good job, you know, Eric's the guy who hires all the people for those types of positions, then that could be a stepping stone. And the reason why I believe it's a stepping stone is because a lot of our senior management here all started off when they were in high school, doing the same thing that you're going to be doing. So, and they've been here 25, 30 years, some of those folks. So it works out well.